Hi, I'm Michael Moon. I've been known for my award-winning shamanic healing music. But ever since I was young, I have always loved to dance to music, especially in the realm of the Grateful Dead, Pink Floyd, and the Beatles. I found this to be an equally healing musical experience for me. Now at long last, I bring you the culmination of my love of shamanic healing sounds, my love of groovy psychedelic rock and roll. I bring you Ecstatic.
Of glory, I'm staring at the sun in your eyes, taken away by a ray of sunshine. We've got the light on our side. Have we forgotten who we are? We're brighter than a billion stars. We are.
Hey, welcome back to the show. It's me, Hugh. Look, I got a half-open Michael Moon CD.
That's how fresh it is.
It's super fresh. And Michael is here. And this is the new CD, right, Michael?
Yeah.
And we just, I guess we saw some of the promo, and we're going to play one of the, we got a video from the CD at the end. I think I've heard you play that song, right? What is it? We Are the Light.
Yeah, you probably have seen me play it, but the video nobody's seen yet. It's not even published.
Okay, so this
like
is the CD,
premiere.
Michael Moon Ecstatic. Look at it, it's a fold out. Holy cow! Look at that. there's Michael in there, and Michael, I've seen you many times around the city.
Yeah.
It sounds great. You really got a great live thing going on, and this new CD, though, for people that are used to your music, it's
A bit different.
Like, what's going on? What's different about it?
Well, if you saw the little promo in the beginning, it kind of says it there, which is kind of cool because you'll see in that promo pictures of me dancing when I'm like probably 19 or something. And for the video I got that from, Hugh is on.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's how long back. This was probably in 1989 or something.
And I can't even remember doing that. And then you brought a video today. That should be fun to see later.
So it kind of goes back to my roots where I love to dance to groovy music. And I've always done healing music, but dance has been a healing experience for me. And parallel to creating the healing meditative sound that I do, I've always done, or at least heard in my head this sound. And I've played these songs live. As you said, some of these you've heard before, but I've never managed to produce them fully the way I heard them. And so I've been picking away at the CD literally for 15 years.
Yeah.
Just while I do other stuff, I kind of tweak it, try this, try that. Finally, it's come together. I've got a great band. It's like live drums, live bass,
Really?
Hammond organ, the full.
Holy cow. Who's
rock
in your
and roll
band?
thing.
Can I ask you that? Or-
Of course. So we have the great Bob Scott on drums from the Look People.
Of course. And a
and
million
many,
other things.
a million other bands. Kevin Hearn right now and Thin Buckle stuff, as well as his partner in crime, Chris Gartner,
Okay.
who's played on all my CDs as laying down the bass end.
Yeah.
And Jono Grant on keys and extra guitars and his absolute genius musical thing. I brought it in for him to help me mix,
Yeah.
and we just had a blast. And he was like, "Let's add this. Let's add." I'm like, first he's teasing me for having like 100 tracks, and then he's adding more. So we had a lot of fun, and it's great. It's like it's a headphone trip, but it's also put it on in the car and just feel good.
Really? I'm looking forward
Like
to it.
all my other CDs, pretty much are a little dangerous in the car, except for a couple of them.
Why?
Because they put you in a trance. I mean, they're designed
Oh.
to put you in a healing shamanic trance, and that is my specialty. I love doing that. But sometimes you just want to put the radio on and like listen to some like groovy, happy sounds while you're cleaning, driving, doing stuff, or just to dance, be uplifted. The radio's become so monotonous, negative,
Yeah, I know.
commercial. It's like everything sounds the same. It's like, so this is like and then you got to hear all the news and all the crap, and it's like, so this is sort of like that antidote. When you want to put on the radio, but you want positive energy, throw the CD on, you get that vibe, but it's produced to match the production quality of modern pop music, but is not modern pop music. It's my healing sound mixed with the music I love, like, you know, I almost hate to say it, but the Beatles, the Grateful Dead, Pink Floyd, the Moody Blues, like all these bands. And it doesn't sound like any of them, but if you mush them all together with my own sound and some modern sounds and some electronic kind of elements of the EDM sound, then you get this album.
Holy cow, I'm looking forward to it. And for people already familiar with your music,
yeah, it's
now they get a little bit of an idea about what this new sound is like. It's
interesting because it's not complete departure. That's the funny thing. Yeah. It is on one hand on the surface, but if you feel deep, you hear that sonic texture that I'm known for and that I'm specialized in, with that acoustic sonic texture that brings you in to a space is in this music, kind of under the surface, if you will.
Well, and it sounds like you've been working on it so long, and I know that, you know, sometimes if you're an artist of any kind, right, and you start to create, it may take a while before you are able to create what you truly envision in your head because of the limitations of your tools or your economics or whatever it is, right?
Absolutely.
Your limitations. So to get to a point now, it sounds like where this is, you're almost fully able, maybe you are fully able to create along the visions of what you're trying to create.
Well, yeah, it's actually a very interesting question, in particular the idea of limitation and how limitation prevents you and sometimes helps you create.
You know, I've always said that sometimes it's the limitations that release your creativity.
Well, you know, in this case, this CD, for instance, in terms of limitations, the big limitation I had to deal with was, you know, from a child I had certain health issues that I've always dealt with, and they've always informed my music and being a healing artist, because I've been on that path of healing and focused on that for so long. But the music on this album kind of wanted to be stadium rock and roll. With like an amazing band and just like, you know, like really like big. I didn't have that energy to tour and to build a band and to cultivate the type of rock and roll energy that I felt it wanted to be. And so to try and create that was almost not possible, but created something unique because it's not that big rock and roll band, but it kind of is. I sort of like the multi-layered version of it.
It sounds like it could be. It sounds like if you got those guys up on a big stage, you could...
And we're going to do it. February 10th.
Where?
Actually. Tranzac Club.
Oh, yeah. That's a big stage.
It's a nice stage.
It's a great venue.
It is. I looked everywhere for a nice venue. It needed to be a good stage because this is going to be a full rockin' show. It's going to have all the musicians. They're great. Bob Scott, Chris Gartner, Jono Grant, and Ruth Finlay, who is another amazing artist in her own right, who's got a number of albums of her own. She was actually quite famous in the 70s for an album she did but she's sang on pretty much all my CDs.
Oh, so
she'll be singing.
Okay.
And of course me and we're gonna rock it out. This is gonna be a live music dance party. It's my 50th birthday, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I gotta bring it in with a bang.
Now, does this mean that this is going to be a permanent departure for your musical art?
Not at all.
Okay.
It's funny because in my mind, it's not a departure at all. It's going to be a departure for my fans. It's interesting as an artist, people pigeonhole you into what they first heard you as.
Yeah.
And so, people that will first hear this album, which will be quite a few because this is a bigger, wider market. Then my next album, I've already got the next music. It's like begging to be born. I don't have time to do it. It's so crazy. But, the next album's already, it's going to be very, very deep and chill.
No, what's it going to be like? So different than this one?
Completely different from this one, but then the next one after that might be
Well, who knows, right?
a departure from this, the next level too. I mean, there could be, after we do the live show, there could be the idea of like a live tour, a live album. So to do these tracks or maybe different tracks. I've got many other tracks that want this kind of production, that more upbeat.
Where did you do the recording on this?
At my studio.
Oh, really?
At Temple
Okay.
Sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was mixed at Jono's Victory Drive studio. And
Very nice. Well, I'm really looking forward to hear it.
so who knows? I'm always departing and coming back,
Should we actually watch the video now?
if you like.
And then
Are
we
you
can
ready?
come back and just...
Yeah, you get a taste. So the video, if we're watching it, it's never been seen before, and I've just brought it for today for you guys to see. And so this is premiere.
Fantastic.
And
Thank you.
you'll see in the instrumental guitar solo in the middle, you'll see me dancing at a 19-ish time.
I can't wait to see that. Because when I first met you here, or wherever I saw you, I thought, that guy's kind of familiar to me. So we obviously kind of knew each other way back then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I was
Very
probably
cool.
at your band shows back then.
Maybe.
Because
Well, we were doing, like I said, the Elmo and with Steve, Groovy Steve, up on he had a little place up on Bathurst.
yeah,
Just
and
south of
I played at
DuPont.
his place. My first shows were at his place.
Yeah, well, we could have played the same show.
Yeah.
All right, so here's Michael Moon, new video from Ecstatic, and then we're going to come back with
We Are the
Michael.
Light.
We Are the Light.
We're born from the stars in a flash of glory. I'm staring at the sun in your eyes, taken away by a ray of sunshine. We've got the light on our side. Have we forgotten who we are? We're brighter than a billion stars. We are the We've got the gold of the morning sunshine. We hold the doorway of a smile. We light the way to a new tomorrow, dancing down the road another mile. Have we forgotten who we are? We're brighter than a billion stars, like a flash of lightning burning through the night. We are the Gonna let my life be a spirit that lightens. Let my actions lead the way. Be the change I wish in others, 'cause we can bring a brand new day. Have we forgotten who we are? We're brighter than a billion stars. We're creatures of color, turning to diamonds bright. shapes electrify. A liquid crystal oscillating machine, a torrent flow on a rainbow stream. Perfect patterns combine as you, sacred geometry that love shines through. Feel the warm air that wraps us in this temple of light, God covered in skin. We are the light. We are the light. We are the
Wow, Michael, that's pretty psychedelic. Yeah. And we were talking while it was playing. So you actually did that video all yourself and stuff like that. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just set up a green screen, stuck the camera on a tripod, and jumped around and then edited like crazy.
Wow.
My poor computer, every time I'd make a change, I'd have to go away for half a day.
Oh, really?
Go to bed.
Oh, my God.
Wake up, see if I made the right change.
Holy cow.
So many layers.
But it's an amazing video. Great sound as well. Great song. So now you mentioned that, of course, you said you started out doing healing music, right?
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, this is not there is continuity with this new kind of approach.
In my heart, yes.
And, well, and I've seen you before and heard your previous albums, and, I see a similarity as well, right? But can you talk about the healing aspect of your music?
Yeah. So to me, there's so many dimensions to what healing music is, and I've always talked about this even before when we've talked about my original brand of healing music, which is more what you can think of it. It's all instrumental, very meditative, very deepening and quiet. But I've always considered certain music of the commercial genre out there to tap into a healing energy, because music has the potential in every circumstance to shift our consciousness in some way, shape, or form. And in modern music, we have a lot of that being done in a kind of negative way, where it's like dumbing us down or just keeping everything at a very banal level.
And let's talk about that a little bit, because I don't listen to much music, right, on radio. I listen to a lot of music. Well, as you know, I'm a musician too, right? I love music. And I'm driving around with my brother-in-law because I help him do some stuff sometimes, and I'm driving around in a vehicle. You get the radio on, and I'm going and we're listening to. I remember one time we were working this place, and he goes, there was music on in the environment, just on the speaker in the room, whatever, and it was like, I go, and I'm listening. It struck my mind. I go, that is such crap, whatever it was, right? And I go, and my brother-in-law, I was just thinking that, and he goes, listen to that, right? And it was, and he goes, because I didn't know, he goes, that's Drake, right? And I'm going, that is shite, right? And I'm going, why is all that stuff on the radio?
Why is it so popular?
Why is that popular? Why is it like we have only a small number of artists who get played on the cultural mainstream around the world when we have so much local awesome talent, yourself included, that can't or doesn't get any like real airplay at all. It's almost like it's not about quality of music that rises to the top that people want to listen to. It's not about that. It's about cultural programming, getting people to think and feel a certain way because of the music is designed to create a certain kind of. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, it's a big topic, and I don't want to go too deep into the rabbit hole of conspiracy, though we certainly it could end up
I'm sure
there.
It's not a conspiracy,
but there are layers of reasons for that. The main simple one is money. It's the industry has a formula of what sells. And the music that's played on the radio is designed to hook your attention, to keep you there for the ads, and to keep you there for the programming. And so it needs to have a certain formula. And they stick to that formula. In the late 90s, they've discovered certain formulas that worked, and they've pretty much stuck to it. Mm-hmm. And I have to say the production abilities and standards are just phenomenal. Like, what the producers are doing with the music is very cool, but it's done for the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. And so it's done to hook you into a commercial mindset. First of all, just to keep you hooked so you can listen to the programming and keep you. But also, if you listen to the lyrical content, you listen to the tonal content, you listen to the dynamics, they're all shrinking. There's actually, I posted on my Facebook just the other day a video that cites a study where it was done in Spain. They took music over the last 80 years, something like that, and they kind of analyzed it. And the tonal, lyrical, and timbral complexity of the music peaked around the late 60s, early 70s, and has been getting narrower ever since, but in particular since 2000 has just shrunk to a narrow band of, all the drum sounds are from the same programs. All the keyboard sounds are from the same programs. All the lyrics, except for a few artists like people like Jason Mraz and people that slip in with something good, they're definitely out there, but they're very few and far between. And you have just lyrics that are just like, oh, put your hands in the air. Woo, woo, woo. It's like, it's very simple, very commercial, very materialistic, very violent on a certain level of stuff. Yeah. And you have to wonder why, when there are people like me, and I'm not the only one, I'm sure, that have deeper lyrical content, something of substance. But no, it's like they don't want us to have the substance, or people are just dumbed down so they don't even want it because they don't even know about it. It's just over their heads. So they're kind of hooked into this really simplistic. And the problem is, whether this is conscious or not, the power of music affects us. So what we're digesting and what we're listening to, from the sound of the traffic to the sound of the radio, it affects us. And a very simple analogy that I've used before on this is, if you take a scene in a movie and you have a little girl walking through the forest, and you have delicate, gentle bells and stuff playing, and it's a major key and stuff, you're expecting fairies to come out and something magical to happen. You take the same scene, don't change a thing, and you get dark, foreboding sounds coming in, and something bad's going to happen. You know it. You take the music out of a movie, there's hardly any emotional content left. Yeah. So that's the power of music all the time. Mm-hmm. And we just kind of digest it without thinking about it. Yeah. And it becomes the whole industry will take stuff that we're supposed to like by the computer algorithms and shove it down our throats. Even if people don't like it, they'll play it over and over and over again until it gets familiar. And the problem with the music the last 20 years is they keep reusing familiar to over and over again. So people just go, oh yeah, I'm comfortable with that because it's got that same kind of sound I'm used to. So the new things, or the different things and stuff, don't fit into that that whole scheme, if you will. Mm-hmm. But for your listeners and people that want to be conscious, is really important to know, because to recognize you don't want to just take in whatever you're fed. It's really important these days in terms of shows like this to get different content. It's so important. We have so much crap out there, and people just spouting out whatever, and it's either the party line is either believed or something real gets out, and then it gets put out there again in a twisted form, and people get confused. They don't know what's what and what's real. We have to tune in to how things feel. It's the only way to sift through all the crap. And music is in particular. How does the music actually make you feel? And is it good for you in that moment? And when you navigate it like that, you can really start to understand how music is affecting us, and we can use it as a conscious healing modality, whether it's made as a healing tool or not. So there's a lot of good music out there, and if you need to be motivated, it's sometimes good to have something more upbeat like this.
Absolutely, but I guess we have to leave it up to individuals to create their own musical and their own soundscape.
Take our power back, and there is that. The amazing thing is these days we have that ability with the sort of online stuff. The whole streaming thing is a mixed bag, and it's great on one hand for creating your own playlists and sharing and things like that. On the other hand, as an artist, I get nothing for it, so I haven't put my last CDs up.
Right.
So you have to go to my website to find them.
That's great. Well, I mean, great for you, so you get a little bit of money for the work that you're doing, and great for the people that want to improve and enhance their soundscape with your music, because they get to do that.
And also there's a sound quality thing, too. The streaming, you're really not getting good sound quality.
Yeah.
Much better. You get the music, you download it high quality, and you listen to it on good headphones. It's a night and day difference. You can take one of my healing music albums and just stream it on your iPod, if they even exist anymore, your iPhone. It's, as an example, one of my last CDs, I was using my iPhone and my really good headphones to make sure there was nothing wrong with the music before I was sending it out to print, and I got it to a point, it sounded great. Then I had the CD master made, and of course I couldn't play the CD on my phone, so I went back and I dug up my old CD Walkman. It cost me $30 25 years ago. Threw the CD on, same headphones. Oh my God, the difference in sound was like huge.
What, from the CD versus
what I was playing on the phone.
Which was an MP3?
It was the same file, but played through the little phone versus the CD through a cheap old CD player. Same headphones.
Same headphones.
Same headphones.
What's different? I mean,
it was dimensional. It had all this extra bass. I could hear detail that I couldn't hear. I heard problems in the editing, little clicks.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear on the phone.
Well, because you would think that's just
you'd think it would be a better A to D converter in the phone.
Yeah,
you'd think it's like 25 years later. No, the CD was like way more better quality.
Maybe they're doing that on purpose.
It's possible.
Maybe it's a conspiracy.
So imagine how the quality of the stream stuff versus even the downloaded. So the best, if you have folk. Neil Young has been like really fanatical about this. Really trying to get people to listen to good quality music again.
Up the digital.
Up the standards.
Yeah. Were you able to do that?
I'm still like it's all work. Like it's like, get the bloody CD. I'll give you a download code if you want it, but just get the CD, get the full quality, find a way to play it. Like, it's going to sound better. People are really into vinyl these days, and vinyl's great too. But the CDs as a middle ground are actually sound way better than the stream digital format. I actually like the format.
So it's worth paying that couple of bucks to get your hands on an actual
just get a little CD thing for your computer, like just a USB CD thing, or an old CD Walkman.
So you can't play.
Army.
I know it's old school, but I got a DVD player / CD player in my computer, so that's still going to sound great.
It'll sound better. Okay. Or you rip it at wave quality and have a good converter into your computer of some sort, you know.
Okay,
Not
Michael.
everybody's into music that much, but you know, you should be. If you like, it's an amazing healing tool. It's an amazing, enjoyable thing. Music, we've forgotten it. People are just like, there's so much music out there, and there's so much crap out there. People are just so used to hearing 30 seconds of something, getting bored, moving on. This sort of meme world that we're in.
Yeah, it's
To
almost
sit
like
down and listen to something like one of my healing CDs as a meditation. I mean, it takes you somewhere. It does something.
I'm just
go
thinking.
Listen to the Pink Floyd, The Wall, and like go on a journey. You know, it's something that we've forgotten to do in our culture. It's great though. And this CD is designed like that. It's a journey. You put it on, and you can listen to it in the background and just bob your head and have fun, or you could put on headphones and go on a trip.
Well, I'm looking forward to doing that. And this is the CD. Now, is it officially released? Can people get
It's
it right now?
officially released. No, it's actually February 9th will be the official, when it becomes, the CD releases on the 10th, and it's up on Bandcamp, my Bandcamp that you can access through my website, or just look me up, Michael Moon on Bandcamp. And the CD's up. You can listen to it, but you can purchase it February 9th.
Or they can go to the release party on the 10th at the Tranzac
Tranzac Club. It's an afternoon show because a lot of my people are
afternoon people.
Afternoon people. And
I'm
it's
usually
family
up by
friendly. Yeah, it's exactly. It's like it's a perfect window where people, creative people are up by then.
Yeah.
And like working people, haven't gone to bed yet. So it's like 2:30 to 6:30 is going to be a party as
What
well
day
as
is
a
that?
concert.
Is that
It's a Sunday.
Hey, that's getting
Sunday
close to
afternoon.
Valentine's too.
It
so
is.
you
Bring
could,
your partner and
have a
rock it out.
Valentine's celebration at the same time, right?
Absolutely.
That's great, and you can get your hands on the CD then and there.
Absolutely. Discounted and all.
Is it what's it cost to get into the event?
If you get the tickets now on Eventbrite, I think it's $25.30 at the door. But if you come as a couple, Valentine's, it's $20 each.
20 each, nice.
And it's all on my Facebook event page and the Eventbrite, or my website, thetempleofsound.com.
Links from the website, thetempleofsound.com.
Yeah. And you
Great.
can hear all the healing music as well and see. To me, my whole discography, I'm slowly trying to build music for every use on, healing music for every use on the path.
Mm-hmm.
And something for me, personally, I love to dance.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing is such a healing activity.
Mm-hmm.
Just move your body and moving it to music. I mean, if you just try and do physical exercise without music, you're not going to last as long as if you have good music that you love with a good beat.
Yeah.
It just takes it up a notch. I mean, there's so many studies done with athletes who, if they're listening to music and they just push the beat a bit, it ups their speed so easily and much better than any of the illegal drugs and stuff that they've had been using in the past. And music is so powerful, even in simple things.
What do you mean push the beat, though?
So let's say it's like a runner has a certain speed that they get
Pace,
up to.
yeah.
So if you create a playlist of music that's, let's say, like a few
Just a bit
beats faster
than
than their fastest thing,
Yeah.
they'll match it. And you push it again, and they'll match it.
Mm-hmm.
But without the music, they can't push it any further.
Right. Okay. Very cool. Well, that's lots to think about.
Yeah.
Lots of reasons for people to get their hands on the
And if-
CD Ecstatic by Michael Moon.
And if you think of the shaman, what does the shaman mostly use? The drum
Mm-hmm.
and the spirit
That's
songs,
all
right?
about the beat, the rhythm.
All about the beat.
Okay, Michael. Well, this has been great.
Yeah.
Always good to see you, and thanks for coming down.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Good to see you. And is there anything else you want to say? That
Come
I
on
didn't ask
out.
you about? Yeah.
Celebrate with me. This is a big event for me, and it's going to be a one-time event to see this band in a small place like this doing this kind of music. So it's going to be a real special experience
And the Tranzac Club, a great venue in
It's
a great part
venue,
of town.
but it's not huge, so tickets are limited. So get them now.
Okay. Thank you,
Yes.
Michael. Thanks for
Yes.
doing this. I'm really looking
Pleasure.
forward to hearing this. So I think that's it for the show today, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And Michael, thanks again.
Yes.
And come on back sometime, as
Awesome.
always. Okay. All right.
Keep rocking.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time right here at liquidlunch.channel.com.